Hey, you guys. This is still part four of my video. Like I said, I'm gonna be making videos every day, and that's my challenge. That's my goal. I mean, Shopao. Shopao is made from the Philippines, and I go to the Asian stores and get it. It's got meat, eggs, and stuff in it. And the bun is really soft and sweet. Everybody has their own secrets. But I got one that's really important, you know. And it's up to you to believe it or not. But I really believe that I am the real Messiah. And there's proof that I am the real Messiah. But people don't want to believe it. That's why when people pray, oh, where's Jesus? I'm not Jesus, but I'm the Messiah. When people pray, they ask for Jesus and stuff, and their prayers don't get answered by Jesus. They get answered by who? By God. You know what the reason why I stick to myself? Because people that does wrong to me, it gets delivered. Like as if there's like thousands and thousands of angels on my side. Um, that's why I don't hate no grudges on nobody. Because I'm not afraid of them. I'm afraid of God, the person that does it. Um, I don't wish it on nobody, but it just doesn't happen to my friends and stuff, or people just want to hit on me. It happens to my families also, and I hear about it. You can't tell. You can't tell by my aura. Look at me. Just look at me. You met me before. Reincarnations are real. That's the reason why you haven't met Jesus or heard from Jesus, because he's alive on earth. God gave him a family, and he wants us to enjoy his life. God took my gifts away from me and gave me a life to be an ordinary human being. But you know what? He made me wise growing up. Slowly, I'm figuring out who I am. No wonder why back in the Philippines, thorns was growing out of my hands when I was young. And it would hurt me if I touched it. And I gotta wait till it gets, like until it turns brown and falls off on its own. Like it takes like a month. I'm not crazy, yo. I'm not. Please believe me. Nobody believes me. But I realized it's not for people to believe, because they didn't believe the Messiah when he did first came. They mocked him and they crossed him. Reincarnation is real. And you're looking at the Messiah right now. Let me go into details. Let me go into details, because that's what you want. Like, who the hell is this person saying he's the Messiah? Give us proof. Give us proof. But if I do give you the proof, would you believe me? Or would you still harden your hearts like you did before? You know God communicates with us through the weather, right? God will determine my day through the weathers. I'm scared of him. I know when he's happy or not. He will make the sun beam on my window just to make sure that, hey, wake up. I'm here. You can't ignore me. Or he will, if, if, if I did something bad, he will make it storm. If me and my wife fuss and argue, it will rain until we stop arguing, then it will stop. And I noticed that. And I remember at nighttime, right, I was praying like, God, if I am the Messiah, please, can you give me a shooting star? Send me one shooting star. And I looked up. I saw one shooting star came down. I was like, man, this can't be true. All right, God, if I am the Messiah, can you send me another shooting star? 5 minutes later, boom, another shooting star came. I said, God, if that's really me, God, can you send me another third shooting star? Make sure I am the real Messiah. I'm not doubting you or anything. I'm not trying to disrespect you, God. Plus, please, God, show me I am the real Messiah. But show me a third shooting star. Boom. 2 minutes later, third shooting star came. That's when I fell down on my knees. I started crying. Oh, how special I am. But you know what? I needed more proof. I needed more proof. And I realized every time I would get caught up or get in troubles and go to court dates, I will always do a foxhole prayer and I will get away with it. Or my case will be discharged 14 times. My case will be discharged, dismissed. Or I'll just get probation or do community service. Major bad things. And I always look up in the sky like, it's sunny and it's bright and the clouds so close. I was like, God, that's you, ain't it? I said, God, you're something, you know that? And then I'm gonna start crying. But what really gets me is the visions in my dreams. I remember one time when I was dreaming, right? And this is before I got caught up. In my vision, I saw this white person with a white robe, with a cane, with long hair. It was glowing. He was standing behind me in the clouds. And we was like around like a good perimeter area just to ourselves. And I couldn't see what he looks like in the back, but I seen the whole thing later on. And I remember seeing dark shadow people climbing up into the clouds. And I was beaming every single one of them that was coming forward because they was coming for God. The person I was defending my back, they was coming for him. And I was in front of him. And I was saying, in Jesus' name, blasting them, in Jesus' name, every time they come up, in Jesus' name, in Jesus' name. And it's like, like Dragon Ball Z, like with Goku and them, like that little blast ball thing, but it's so strong because every time I say in Jesus' name, that beam will hit them and they will fall off the clouds and fall down to earth. And they had red eyes and they're very powerful, you know? And I did it for straight 3 hours. In Jesus' name, Jesus' name. And then after everything was gone and done for, grass started growing, flowers started growing, like life came back. I know I helped God. I know he got a mission for me to do. And he showed me. And that same day, I woke up and went to one of my cousins, my wife's cousin's friend's house. And I had to go cut some grass. And I remember we had to go to the store, right? And we were smoking weed too on the way to the store. One of the friends that was walking with us saw the cop. I guess they was doing some drug busts around the neighborhood. And I guess one of the cops smelled our weed. And one of the girls, her girl's cousin's friend, was telling us, keeps looking back, oh shit, yo, I think they know it's us. They're coming, yo, they're coming. And I was like, man, if this girl just don't shut him, just keep on walking. Because I had a pocket knife with me, because me walking into the hood with like three girls with me, you know. I ain't got no gun. I got to protect myself. If something does happen, I got to protect the girls, you know. So I had a good pocket knife sights on me. And I remember I was fresh to death and everything, man. Like, I just got paid and everything, you know. And next you know, that girl keeps looking back. And the cop people rode in this SUV. I guess there was undercover cops, you know. And they was trying to smell where the smells, where that weed is coming from. And then they spotted us because the girl kept saying, you know, she was too loud with it. I said, oh snap, yo, I think he smelled it. Yo, he smelled it. Yeah, he is coming. It's like, girl, shut the fuck up. And my wife and her cousin would say, yo, shut the fuck up. Why the fuck you telling us? Then next you know it, they rode real fast with us and they spotted us, you know, because of her. She's, I mean, not snitch, but she just straight showed them who was smoking. And was like we was halfway to the store. So I could probably buy them stuff, get them stuff, you know what I mean? And then if you know it, they asked me, look, is y'all the one with the weed and stuff? They said, all right, you guys step on the side. You young man, come here, turn around. And I said, what did I do? He said, what you mean what you do? You guys smoking weed. And you just can't just walk in the street and smoke weed and think who the hell you is. I said, okay, I said, I got you, man. But you know what? I'm tired. I'm just trying to have a good time. You know what I mean? And then next you know, I said, okay, where you stay at? I said, I stay at this place, this so-called nice, rich neighborhood house place. But he didn't believe that I stayed there, you know, because it's like, you're a black guy. You stay in this hood and stuff like that. You're lying. And then my wife told him, yes, we do stay at that address. And then the cop said, no, I don't believe y'all. I said, yes, we do. You can even look at my ID. It says it. But he still didn't believe us. So he took me in and put me in handcuffs. And then I remember being inside the SUV going to the barracks. And when I was in the barracks, y'all, listen up to this. When I was in the barracks, I know they had a camera in there, right? I know they see what I was doing. And you know what? I remember about that dream. I said, God, remember that dream that I helped you blast them people for 3 hours straight? And I got on my knees and I prayed and I talked to God. And I know that people saw me too. And then next you know it, after my prayer, 2 minutes later, one of the officers guys said, hey, you've been dismissed. You can just call and stuff like that. And we just see you in court. Because they could have locked me up and kept me there. But God answered my prayers. Then next you know it, I had another vision of me sitting down, you know, as me as a king, you know, like a throne, and I had another woman here with me. And I remember it's kind of my spouse or my soulmate, but she didn't look like the way she looked now. She was young. She was like, her skin was tan more, and she had long hair and skinny. And I remember, even though that person didn't look like my wife, she was my wife because the soul. I noticed it, you know. And I remember seeing this long red carpet that stretched for miles into the clouds. And in between those are two gold rails. And on each side of the rails is regular human beings, like spirits, people, praising, waving to me, praising, even with kids praising me on both the rails for long, 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 long miles in the clouds, the red royal carpet. And I was just happy just sitting there. The kids praising me, saying my name. Parents, all teenagers, everything praising me. It was so filled. It was so filled with people was praising me. And then I realized one thing's like, wow, is this true? Like, could this be true? Because I remember before I went into my mom's tomb, I remember it was this guy. He was holding my hands walking me into the garden. I remember it was a beautiful garden with flowers. It was dancing, was wiggling and stuff like that. As if it was alive. It was so beautiful, red roses and everything. And I remember when I was a kid and he was just like a tall person, and he was walking me. And I remember the more we walked closer to the garden, the more I started disappearing, as if I would never see him again. And I know that was God. And I remember one time when I had a dream too. It wasn't a dream, it was real. Because I would hear like some knocking and stuff in my head, like around 4, 3 o'clock in the morning, right? And one time I woke up, I heard somebody knock at 3 a.m. So I went and rushed to the door. But I guess I was too late and I saw somebody. It was a white robe walking past the bushes away from our house from knocking. And I saw them golden slippers he was wearing. And I remember the golden slippers that person had when I was walking into the garden. That was God. He was so clear, like fantasy, like you could actually see through them. But it's so real, but nobody would believe me. I remember because I saw his golden slippers. But on that, that's why I stick to myself. Because I know when somebody does bad things to me, it's or death or locked up, the damn or bad things, even to my family, even to my own mom, if she does something bad to me or say things or even things bad with me. One time she almost got run off the cliff because her tire busted right after she hurt me. And like I remember when my sister gutted me, hurted me, because I came to her rescue one day and she said, you know what? You've been gone so long and stuff, I ain't got nothing to say to you. But I went to go check up on you. And that hurted me for a while. It did. And then the next day, my mom called and said, yeah, your sister got fired from work. Like, there's some people that's doing crazy stuff. I can tell you everything. Like, if you do the research in my wife's history, I lost all my kids. I lost my house. I lost my car. But through God, I got it all back. Nobody helped me. The CPS didn't help me. God brought them all back to me. It's like every time I do wrong, he takes it away from me slowly by slowly. But when I start doing good, he gives it back to me continuously. That's why I'm doing good now. That's why I'm blessed. That's why I got everything back, because I've been doing good this whole time. You know? The only thing that really got me is like, you know what? I need more proof that I am the Messiah. I need more proof. And I realized, you know what? I got a good heart. I will help anybody. You could tell from my eyes that I got a good heart, that people do take advantage of me, that I can barely say no. As if this humans is my kids. Any strangers, anybody, I will help them. And I can't say I hate God for it, but now I see where my heart is. I was made like this, to help others, to give people money. I western my cousins and stuff back home. I help people, my friends in need, and not ask nothing in return. And you know what I keep telling myself and telling them? I need my blessings so I can get my 2 gold mansions in heaven and my black dragon mount. And one thing that I need proof of that really got me is when I did a recording video of the spirits at nighttime. And 5 of them spirits said at one time, I told them, who am I? Who am I? And they all said, the Messiah, you're the Messiah. They couldn't say Jesus because it's forbidden. But all spirits told me, you're the Messiah. And I communicate with God through the fortune cookies. It told me everything was happening in my life. It told me that I'm going to have a daughter in March, and did. It told me I'm going to have this and that. Like, he communicates with me like it's so shocking that every time I read the fortune cookie, it scares me because I know it's him telling me things. but I love it. Because it's so real, because I believe it so much that he's actually communicating with me. And I see future disasters before it happens in my dreams. And I be telling my wife and her mom and my mom are true witnesses. But nobody will believe me because they think I'm crazy. But the last detail I'm going to tell you that I know for a fact I'm the real Messiah. They said that God, he showed me something. He said, if you showed him the sign of your birthmark, they will know who you are. But only the true believers will believe. I'm about to show you. On the right side, it's a spear mark where they stabbed me at. And I was hanging on the cross. That's a spear mark. I'm the Messiah. This thing on earth. For some reason, for something about to happen, like he showed me this temple in Jerusalem, my vision. It's a square temple. It's a square temple. And then on the side of it, it was like old people, like the one that lived their life on earth already, just waiting to enter it to be judged. They was all standing on the one side. I see them, white people, black people, all type of people. And then in the center, it's wars going on, like in hell, like people were fighting and stuff still. And then on the other side is the temple. And then I'll be seeing light coming up in the temple and back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like as somebody's getting beamed up. But I can't see people getting beamed down because that's all I can see is the temple and the people that's waiting to be judged on the left side. And I put everything on God, on my kid's life, but I ain't gonna do that, my God. Oh, God, forgive me for saying that in your name. I try so hard for people to believe me, but they just don't. They're so blinded and hardened these days. If only you read my story and do research about me, you will know everything I say is true. What do you think? Is everything I'm saying just illusion? Or I'm just going crazy? Because I'm not going crazy. I know I'm not. Seems like he communicates through the songs, he communicates, and like, you guys don't understand. If you guys understand, you guys would know your calling, when to step out the house, when to wait for it, when to wait for his calling. You only wait for his calling when somebody calls you or somebody asks you. You don't do things on your own. When you do things on your own and leave the house by yourself without even praying, without even asking God to protect you, you're on your own. But when you ask God to protect you, it always works. I'm always safe. I come home, my kids, I'm blessed. Seems like with money situation, 5K a month, and I'm not even working. I'm not even doing nothing. Seems like as if he got me already, you know, and he showed me this one vision, this one dream that I had. I remember it was like people running. They was all wearing like dirty clothes, brown clothes with holes and stuff in it, you know, like in the desert. Like, and it was this flood, and everybody was just running. And it was this flood came, and this flood got me. It got me. But then God showed me before his real love, before it got me, that I would save you, that that's how much I love you. I remember I was about to get killed by the wave, but then he showed to me. And then I remember hugging this person. It was God. I was hugging him because the love was so pure that he got from me this whole time. He said, I care about you. That's how much I love you. You don't have to worry about that. Nobody would believe me. My name is Henry. And my mom was supposed to name me Henry, I-N-R-I, on top of the cross. And I believe when you call them by the right names, they come back, reincarnation back on earth. All right, peace out. Just subscribe. Follow me. Trust me. Trust me. I will never lie. 100% true. And I remember he showed me where my cross was underneath this temple. It was a dark wooden cross. It was all like mildewed up. It was underneath this building. I just can't understand what building it is. If I know, I'll go over there and dig it up. I know people will see it, that I am telling the truth. All right, peace out. Love you guys. God bless.